In terms of London first, what do you think of Boris Johnson's withdrawal agreement bill?
Well, business had got to the stage where it was willing to really reluctantly agree a compromise agreement that would get us beyond this kind of stasis that we're stuck in with this constant threat of no deal, which is really putting a damper, not surprisingly, on investment, business, jobs. So we were, although recognising that, certainly here in London, leaving the EU is not what business really wanted, that this was a compromise, it was a way forward, a way to get us to the next stage, which is the really important stage of negotiating what our long-term future relationship with the EU is going to look like. And of course, business wants to see as close as possible a relationship with the EU going forward, because it's one of our most important trading partners.
So does this satisfy that the closest possible agreement you can imagine the UK coming out with?
Well, we're not at that stage yet. So this is just the withdrawal agreement. And in fact, it hasn't even been passed, as you were saying. I mean, I think Parliament is right to want to scrutinise this. And we'll have to see as to whether the majority really is there in Parliament to get this deal through. But the choice is quite clear now for our parliamentarians: either back the deal and enable us to move on to the next stage, which would enable us to negotiate that close relationship, or take this momentous decision back to the people and give everyone a say between this withdrawal agreement or remaining.
What do you think about the possibility of that? I mean, is it still possible that Brexit doesn't happen, that the UK changes its mind and stays a part of the European Union?
Well, it is looking increasingly likely now. The momentum seems to be growing behind this withdrawal agreement. But as we've seen, we've had over 3 years, multiple governments and parliaments, and it's not done until it's done. And actually, even once any withdrawal agreement is agreed, as I've said, that just takes us on to the next stage, which is negotiating what our long-term relationship with the EU looks like. So this is not a short-term fix that we're looking at here. And of course, that's what business is concerned about, because all this time is just increased and continuous uncertainty. Investment that could be coming into London, that could be helping businesses create more jobs and growth for our economy, is all being affected.
How much has Brexit hurt the City of London, the business of London? How much has the London GDP, for example, had to shrink due to this? Well, London remains a great global city. I mean, just yesterday we saw Citibank, re-emphasize their commitment to London. We've got all the big tech giants having headquarters here now. And our businesses, all our business sectors continue to grow, not only financial services, but increasingly technology, creative sectors. So that's all good. And some of the basic tenets of what makes London a great place to do business will continue. But there is absolutely no doubt that in the short and medium term, we've really seen an impact of Brexit in terms of putting a damper. It's not that business is stopping or that we're going backwards, but as I say, the investments that we have been getting used to really as becoming one of the top destinations for foreign direct investment as London, as a great global capital, that has all been slowing. And what we're hoping is that by, if we do get agreement on the next stage in these Brexit talks, it kind of breaks the deadlock and we're able to move on and get to that kind of medium to longer term view, which is so positive in terms of London's position in the world.